Hello friends. So friends, we are going to continue with non-profit organization, right? Which we started in the last lecture, non-profit organization. Now we discussed about the non-profit organization, that what is a non-profit organization. Then I told you organization is what? A group of people whose motive is not earning profit, right? See, even in the partnership it is a group of people, but their motive is to earn the profit. But in the non-profit organization, their motive is not to earn the profit, right? Then I told you that why we have to prepare the accounts for the non-profit organization, right? It has been asked that you have to prepare the accounts for a non-profit organization. One major reason for it is because it also involves a money element. Because if you have to do some social cause, then you need the money for that, right? Like I gave you the example in the last lecture, that if you are a group of 5 people who want to help the poor children in your surroundings, right? For that, what you need? You need the money, right? And wherever the money aspect is involved, the government says that you have to prepare the accounts, you have to maintain the accounts. So for the non-profit organization also, it has been said that you have to prepare accounts, right? Now then we discussed what are the accounts that are to be prepared. The first is receipts and payments account. Receipts and payments account, right? Second, we have to prepare income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account. And the third we need to prepare is balance sheet, right? So these are the three basic books that we have to maintain for the non-profit organizations. Clear? So now what we are going to do is we are going to start with the first one, that is receipts and payments account, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to start with receipts and payments, right? Now, before I start with receipts and payments account, one important term that you need to understand, that is subscription. That is subscription. Now, this is one term that you need to understand before we start with receipts and payments account, right? Now, if we talk about a non-profit organization, like I told you, it is a group of people. This group of people, they are known as the members of non-profit organization, right? Now this non-profit organization, they need money to operate. Obviously, if you want to help the poor children, how will you help? You will need money for that. And I told you that for the money, where will the money come from? This money will come from the members of the NPO, first of all, right? This money will come from the members of the NPO. Now, this can be, right, in the form of annual fee, right? You fix an annual fee that all the members have to pay a fixed annual fee, right? And other can be donations. In between also the members can make the donation besides the annual fee. The annual fee is compulsory, right? Now this annual fee, what is paid by the members to the NPO, this non-profit organization, this is known as subscription, right? This subscription indicates that they are the members to the NPO. By paying this annual fee is known as subscription, right? Besides this, they can make any donations or anything, grants, donations they can make, right? But for being the members of this NPO, they will have to pay some annual fee that is known as subscription. Clear? So this is the subscription. Now coming to receipts and payment account. Now coming to receipts and payment account. Now what is a receipts and payment account? It is just a copy of cash book, right? So what you can say, this receipts and payment account is a copy of cash book, right? What does it mean? It says record all receipts and payments. Now what is meant by this? All receipts and payments. That means whatever is coming into your pocket, that is a receipt and you have to record it, right? And whatever is going out of your pocket, that is a payment and you have to record it in the receipts and payment account, right? Now why this word all has been used here? One thing I have told you, that whatever comes in your pocket you have to record it, that is receipts. Whatever goes out of your pocket you have to record, that is payments. Why this word all has been used here? Record all the receipts and payments. Why this word? Because these receipts and payments can be of two types. One is capital nature, right? And the other one is revenue nature, right? Now what is the capital nature and the revenue nature? Now if we talk about the capital nature, this capital nature is receipt and payments related to long-term assets, right? This is of capital nature. And if we talk about the revenue nature, this is related to day-to-day activities, right? So why this word all has been used? This is the first reason why it has been used, that receipts and payments can be of capital nature and the revenue nature. So receipts and payment account for the non-profit organization says you have to record all the transactions, whether they are of the capital nature or whether they are of the revenue nature, right? Now what can be this related to long-term assets or capital nature? Take an example. We can say sale of fixed asset. Now fixed asset is what? It is your capital. It is a long-term asset, right? You will hold a fixed asset for a long time, right? So the sale of fixed asset, you will receive the money on the sale of fixed asset and you will keep that money in your pocket. So receipt and payment account says anything that is coming into your pocket you have to record in the receipts and payments account, right? Revenue nature, anything related to the activities of the NPO, like entrance fees received or subscriptions received, right? So anything that is related to the day-to-day activities of the non-profit organization, that is of the revenue nature. And anything that is related to the long-term assets of the non-profit organization, that is the capital nature. So this receipts and payment account says you have to record everything. That is why this all word has been used. Second reason why this all word has been used is, it says in the receipt and payment account you have to record, you have to record receipts and payments right, whether they belong to current period or not. This is the second reason why this word all has been used. They say you have to record the receipts and payments whether they belong to the current period or not. Suppose you are maintaining this receipt and payment account for the period of 1/4/17, right, to 31st of March 18, right? You are preparing the receipt and payment for this period. There is a member A, right, whose subscription for the year 1617 is received during 1718. Now this subscription belongs to the year 1617 but has been received during 1718. Will you record this in the receipt and payment account? Sir, yes. Receipt and payment says that's why the word all has been used. They say you have to record the receipts and the payments whether they belong to the current period or not. You have to record everything. Whether the subscription belongs to the previous year, whether the subscription belongs to the future year. If anyone pays you the advance subscription, that will also be recorded. That's why I'm using the word whatever is coming in your pocket in the current period, that will be recorded in the receipts and payments account. Clear? That will be recorded in the receipts and payment account. Right? So that is why if we talk about the receipts and payments account, they say record all the receipts and payments. This is very, very important to understand that what is to be recorded and what is not to be recorded. Clear? That's why I use the word whatever is coming into your pocket, then you have to record it, and whatever is going out of your pocket, that is to be recorded. Right? Now, one more thing. When we say that it is a copy of a cash book, right? Here the cash means two things. Here the cash means two things. That is cash in hand, right? And cash at bank, right? So you have to consider both the things when you prepare this receipts and payment account, that is cash in hand and the cash at bank. Clear? Now, what are the items that can be considered as receipts and what are the items that can be considered as payments? Now, first we'll see what items we can take in receipts. What can be the receipts? The first and the foremost will be the subscriptions that we have discussed. What are the subscriptions? The annual fees of, or you can say the membership fees, right? That can be called as subscriptions. Subscriptions from whom? From members, right? Second thing, I can say donations from the members, right? Donations from members, right? Then now sale of fixed assets. Sir, why are we recording this? Because the word used has been all. If you are going to sell the fixed asset, that money is going to come into your pocket, sale of investments, right? Then it says even the sale of old newspapers also. If you are using that money for the NPO, that will also be your receipt, right? Then sale of scrap. Then you can say what else can be there? Interest on fixed deposits, interest on fixed deposits. So anything, basically anything that is coming into your pocket. This is just the example, few examples that I have given, right? Anything that is coming into your pocket will have to be recorded here. I can say miscellaneous receipts, right? So anything that is coming into your pocket will have to be recorded in the receipts and payment account. Clear? Now, when we talk about the payments, what can be the examples for some payments? Now, if we talk about payments, what can be the examples? Examples can be purchase of fixed assets, right? There we say sale of fixed assets. Here it can be purchase of fixed assets. Similarly, I can say purchase of investments, right? Then it can be printing and stationery, printing and stationery, right? Then anything related to postage charges, entertainment expenses, right? And so on. Any taxes can be there. Any kind of taxes can be there. Then electricity expenses can be there. Electricity expenses. Then telephone expenses. Right? And then I can write miscellaneous payments. Right? So, putting it in simple terms, I will say anything that is coming into your pocket will have to be recorded as the receipt, and anything that is going out of your pocket will have to be recorded as the payment. That is the basic fundamental of receipts and payments account. The government says record each and everything in the receipt and payment account, whether it is of the capital nature, whether it is of the revenue nature, whether it belongs to the current period or not. Clear? So they say you have to record everything in the receipts and payment account. Right? Now, if we look at the format of the receipt and payment account, what it looks like. Let's see. If you talk about the format, receipt and payment account, right? So what it will look like just you're maintaining a cash book, right? Just as you maintain a cash book, in the similar way you will prepare the receipt and payment account, right? Here you have the debit side, here you have the credit side. Here you will have all the receipts, right? Amount. On this side you will have all the payments and the amount. Clear? So what you will start with balance brought down. So whatever the balance from the previous year you have at both cash in hand and at bank, you will bring this, right? Then whatever the receipts are there, like subscriptions are there, right? Like sale of fixed asset is there, like donations are there. So whatever the receipts are there, you will record here. Clear? And whatever the payments are there, you will record on this side, like salaries, right? Then electricity expenses can be there, right? Then telephone expenses, then entertainment expenses, then stationery, right? So all the expenses, whatever the expenses are incurred by the non-profit organization, you have to record these expenses on the credit side. Clear? So what you have to do, you have to record the expenses on this side. Now all the receipts minus this expenses will be your balance carried down. Clear? Will be your balance carried down. Now if the payments are more than the receipts, then the balance will be on the debit side and it will be known as overdraft balance. This can be balance carried down. That means you have borrowed money in excess from the bank. This is overdraft, right? If the payments are more than the receipts. Clear? So this is how your receipts and payment account is to be prepared. All the receipts are to be recorded on the debit side. All the payments are to be recorded on the credit side, right? First, you will start with the balance brought down. Now, if it is an overdraft facility, then this balance will appear on this side because see, here it is overdraft. When you will move on to the next year, this will show on the payment side. This will be balance brought down next year. Here you will have the payments, right? So if it is an overdraft facility, this brought down balance will be on this side. Otherwise, this balance will appear on the debit side. Clear? So this receipt and payment, it is just a copy of what? Cash account. That you are receiving cash, you are paying cash. It is a copy of a cash account. Clear? So this is how you have to prepare the receipt account. The important thing that you need to remember here is that you have to record everything in the receipts and payment account. You have to record everything, whether they are the capital receipts, right? Whether they are the capital receipts, whether they are the revenue receipts, whether they are for the current period, whether they are for the previous year, you have to record each and everything in the receipt and payment account. That's why I use the word all there. Record all the transactions, right? Here I use the word all. Now this word all is very, very important. This is the most important word here. All receipts and payments. Clear? I hope receipts and payment is clear, that why we are preparing the receipts and payment account. It has been given that you have to prepare the receipt and payment account in case of the non-profit organization. They say you have to prepare three things: receipts and payment account, income and expenditure account, and balance sheet. Now what we discussed, we have discussed the receipts and payment account. This is how your receipt and payment account is to be prepared. Clear? Right? So we'll be discussing the practical portion of this part later on, right? Because I want to cover the concepts first, right? Because for some of you, the exams are also nearing, so you need to understand the concept first, right? Then we will move on to the practical aspect. Clear? So now we'll finish this lecture here only. And in the next lecture, what we are going to do is In the next lecture, we are going to discuss the income and expenditure account, right? The second account, that is income and expenditure account. This is what we are going to discuss in the next lecture, right? So friends, if you have any queries, you can send me an email at ksjteaching@gmail.com, right? So that's all for this lecture, friends. Thank you so much.